Hello, we're going to take a look here at how we draw a neighborhood city. Pretty easy to do in Sketchpad or on your own, so let's get busy. First thing we'll do is we'll look and see what exactly this is supposed to look like, and it looks something like this. We have 3 layers, houses, buildings, cars, just about everything. We can use clip art, we can use pretty much everything here. Let's do it nice and quick, okay? So I'll go to 3 levels, and what I'll do is I'll start off by going a brand new document, 8.5 by 11, and I'll click create. 8.5, so by 11 long, so let's just do 3 layers here. Pretty simple to do. I will choose this as a, maybe I'll choose pencil, make it nice and black and thick, like those layers there. And just for the sake of argument, I'll zoom this in so we can see the whole document. We'll eyeball this. And sometimes painters just eyeball things. And we'll say, here's layer 1. And here's layer 2. Okay? Layer 2. I'm going to undo these. Maybe layer 1. Just give me a little more at the bottom. I didn't think I gave myself enough on layer 2. Fantastic. Okay? So what do we have in layer 1? A house, a car, a school, and a mailbox, okay? Pretty straightforward. We'll put in a house, and we'll zoom this in. House, a car, a school, and a mailbox. So let's zoom this in for number 1 here. And I'll build a house. You know what? Let's see if there's a clip art we can use. Clip art. You know what we'll do? We can't cheat too much. We'll build a nice, funny looking house, okay? We'll use some of the tools here. So I will use a rectangle. And this is supposed to be colorful, so let's do a purple rectangle. And we'll start off the house maybe looking something like this. And then I'll do a triangle. And maybe we'll change the color to yellow. And purple and yellow is also always a good color. Obviously that's upside down, but we can spin it. Actually, no such thing as upside down with a triangle because it's all the right way. We'll put that like this, put it like this, up like this. And maybe we'll make this like this. I'll make the width wider. Make this narrower. Okay. Maybe we'll do this just a second. I'll put this like this. And this is where you have to use a little discretion to make it work right. Move this down a little. And we can also make this a little bit narrower. Maybe that was too wide. Okay. There's a house. Let's put in a car. Well, you know, I'll obviously add to that house, but we'll just draw a car, and I'll draw the car with the, I can certainly get a clip art for a car, but let's just draw this whole thing. So a line function might look like this, 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 this. Double click it. I'll put this, double click it, and then I'll do this and this. So what are we going to do? We put the wheels on. Watch this. We'll go to path. Path looks this one here. And we'll just draw wheel 1, wheel 2. No biggie, this isn't, I'll undo that just a second. I don't like that too much. So the wheel 2. And just for the sake of argument, I will put 2 little circles as tires. Not going to go nuts about this. We'll choose circle. Again, this is kind of an abstract painting. It's supposed to be fun and pleasant. And here is tire 1. Move this down here. Here is tire 2. Move this down here. Okay. There's our little car. We're starting that. Now let's build our school. School will be a little bit bigger for sure. So we'll make it 2 stories. We'll choose line and we'll do this, 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 and we'll draw this. We'll do that. We'll put the roof up like this. And then we'll put some windows into this house and this car and everything else. So let's see. What color should the school be? Well, what color is it here? Orange. That's fine. So we'll make it orange. We don't want to do that. That means the line must be not working someplace, or it shows vector fill, and I want to use pixel view. Orange. Orange. And I'll put this as black for the roof or some kind of gray. And we'll do this for the car. Okay. So there we go. Kind of the same thing. We'll do a post office box too. Maybe we'll put that over here. And I'll use, you got to use all the tools here. So I'll just use the little rectangle. I'll make it blue because that's a post office box. I'll put it like this. That's kind of dark blue. I don't like that. So let's change it a little. That didn't even change. Sometimes they don't change. I'll go to here. I'll change this to blue. I'll go back to rectangle or polygon. Okay, there we go. Sometimes when you change it, now it's in rectangle. It took. So what I'll do is I'll eliminate this dumb thing here. We don't need it. And I'll do this blue rectangle here, which we just had. And sometimes you gotta play ball with this thing. Okay, here's a square. That's fine. But I'll make it, I'll do a square. We'll spin this around. Oh, you stink. I don't want you. We'll select this. We'll spin it around so it's at level. Move it over to here. And I'll use that path command again to do a little circle. Why am I missing path? There it is right there. Okay, and just for the sake of argument, we will call this blue too. So we did this. Okay, so let's do we'll do some windows here, and we'll make the windows white for the sake of argument. Okay, square, change it to rectangle, and here we go. Window, 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 window. Obviously, we're not doing perspective here. Window, window, window. Put a big skylight here. And then I'll change it to door. Maybe our doors will be kind of brownish. Why not? Yellowish. I will change this square. Okay, I'll change the star. That's fine. Now back to rectangle. And here's our door. And here's our door. So we have neighborhood number 1 up top. Okay, we haven't done the clouds and that, but we'll be fine. Neighborhood number 2 is just a big house, a couple of office buildings, and a post office. This should be easy. So we'll zoom it in again. Move it to here. And we do 3 houses, a post office, and 2 office buildings. Pretty simple. We'll do the same thing here. I'll do a house at this color. House number 1, house number 2 of this color. Sometimes it doesn't change. Okay, I'm going to change it to square. I'll change it to triangle. There it goes. Now I'll change it back to square or rectangle. Rectangle is a square. You probably learned in math. I'm sorry, square is a rectangle, it just has even sides. And finally, let's change this to green. Yeah, just having the program seems to be a little bit slow. Don't forget, this is done on a web server. Sometimes the server itself is slow. Okay, so I go to circle, and I'll change it to rectangle. This will be our other house here, 3 houses. And I'll do the roofs with a triangle. I won't go nuts about the colors. This will be green, like this. This will be green. And this will be green too. Now, you can imagine it's very easy to change the colors, but I'm just going to leave these as green. This post office box, I'll show you what you can do here. If you really want to, you can select this. I don't want to select that. And you know what? There's too many moving parts up there. Oh, you know what? These houses can't be off the ground, so I got to move that up. That's fine. I'll do another post office box, which is nothing more than a simple square or rectangle, however we want to do it. Change the color to blue. And I'll do this. That's a post office. And again, I can do my little path that looks like this. And I can change this to blue. I'll do a couple of office buildings that are rectangles. And they'll look like this. And maybe like, yeah, this doesn't change. It's almost like the program is hung up, but I'm not all that concerned. There it goes. So you just have to change it to something else and back to rectangle. So we have 2 buildings here. And finally, we'll build a post office. And we'll make that a square. And this will be the post office. And let's make this a little bit taller. We'll put a little triangle on top of this too. Okay, so those are our buildings, and obviously I can make this thing a little bit more down to earth. And that's great. So we'll put some windows on these just like we did before. I'll go to square, and I changed it to white before. Again, when it doesn't do what you want it to do what I just did there. And we'll have white. I could conceivably go into this and duplicate this. Make this white. Duplicate this twice. Make these 2 white. And what I'm doing is just cloning. Oops, come on, you dummy. I have to move this over. And I'll do that one more time. I'll duplicate this. Hit escape. Select this. It's the way you learn software, by playing with it. You don't learn it by reading a manual, okay? So that's it. I'll build a couple of rectangles here. What I'll do is I'll just do a bunch of little ones here. I'll straighten these out in a minute. These are obviously office buildings. And we'll give the post office here a couple of windows. Now we don't want a purple because that doesn't go with this. So we'll again change it to ellipse, change the color to white. We change it to pie, change it back to square. There we go, a couple more windows that we can easily use the tag to go around. And of course, these buildings are going to get doors in a minute. So let's do the same thing we did before with doors. I'll change this to rectangle, change the color to brown. If it doesn't take, change it to this here, change it back to rectangle. I'll put a door here, door here, door here for skinny people, obviously, door here, and there we go. So what I could do, I'm not even putting the word school here, I could do that. Just a second. So we have two of the neighborhoods done. Number 3 has a library, a house, a car, and a fire station. So let's do this. We're on number 3 here. And what we'll do with number 3 is I'm going to take this, I'm going to duplicate it because I didn't do that before, and move it to the bottom here. So now we have this here. So what do we have here? If I recall, library, house, car, and fire station. So library, we'll do a rectangle here. Fire station, we'll change the color to red, obviously. Hey, that worked that time. It's kind of pink, but that's all right. Here's the fire station. Okay, I'll click here, but we gotta change this color. So I'll go fill red. Okay, and I'll go to here. I'll change this color. I'll make fill into this. Okay, and it doesn't seem to take. It's a little strange. I think, honestly, I think this software right now has some problems during the day because it's server based. Well, I want to change this, so let me do this. I'll change it to ellipse. It's trying to change it. Let me do this. Ring. I'm going to delete this. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back into rectangle. I want to change it to like this kind of color. So I'll go to here, I change it, I'll go back to rectangle. And we'll build a little house here. I'm not going to go crazy. Kind of a boring house with the same color. We need a house, a library, a car, and a fire station. Okay, so I already did. I guess I can make this into a library. Make this thing bigger. And the library could be gray. So I'm going to go into here. I'll make a little house. And let's change that color. I can. I should be able to. Let's just do this. I'm going to say bye-bye to that again. I'm going to go up to here and change this to a square. We'll change the color to purple. If we can't change it to purple, I'll change the pie to purple. And I'll bring it back to square. This will be a house right here. Purple house. Everybody has a purple house, right? And I'll do another triangle for the roof. Triangle roofs mean the water comes off, and that's good. So we'll straighten this. Oops, I don't want to do that. I'll straighten that out and put this here. And there we go. So I'll put a little word art here. Let's see what we can do. Hit here. And I'll put this right here. Let's make the letters smaller. I'm going to put it like that because I don't really care. Library. And I'll put here. Put fire. That's good. Here's kind of weird. I can't really put it, so I'll maybe put a sign that says post office. Let me do it. Let me do something with the letters. Line width, line height, line width. I'll make it as small as I can. Letter spacing, word spacing. I'll go into here and I'll say. Obviously, that's way too big, but if I select this and narrow it down, I can make it even smaller. And I could put this up here. I'll accept that for now. I should have made the building taller. And finally, I can go up top here. So long, VZ. Almost done. And I will go into here and I will say school. So I will type the word SCHOOL. Doesn't even look like I could see it there. Let's see what happens when I drag it down to here. You gotta play with this. School, yeah, there it is. See, it does show. So we'll make it nice and small. Put it up here. And I will zoom this thing here. And let's go to the background here and we'll have a nice blue day. Blue, blue, blue. This is a great town because it's blue sky. Sun, I'll get a circle. We won't have a purple sun, we'll have a yellow sun. Maybe this will be changed to pi and back to circle. And I'll put this here. It makes no difference where I put it. And then I'll go to Sketchy, which is one of my favorite tools here. I'll change the outline to white. And things like, okay, I'll go to Sketchy. And there's a few clouds, a few clouds. There's always a few clouds in the world, isn't there? Oh, I didn't do any doors on the bottom. That wouldn't be good. So let me go back to circle here and rectangle. And we'll do yellow doors. Why not? For the firehouse and the library. And then this little thing here. Okay, there is my neighborhood city. Similar to this, not quite the same for sure. You could do a little bit more, but I'm going to end it now. And you can see how easy it would be to enhance it. So let me do this. I'm going to stop my recording. And we're going to be done with the meeting. I want to thank you. And that's how you draw a 3-tier neighborhood.